Our top stories today. A Chinese national is sentenced over one of Thailand's largest illegal weapons seizures. Armed robbers escape with gold worth millions. Families prepare to bury the victims of the Huai Yai murders. And new travel rules that could affect anyone flying into or out of Thailand. A Chinese national has been sentenced in a Pattaya court yesterday to 46 years in prison after police uncovered what can only be described as a military surplus store hidden inside his home. 31-year-old Sun Ming Chen admitted illegally possessing military-grade weapons, C4 explosives, signal jamming equipment, and a collection of prohibited military hardware. Under Thai law, he'll serve a maximum of 20 years, despite the much longer sentence. The case actually began rather innocently back in May, when police attended what appeared to be nothing more than a road traffic accident in Nha Jom Tien. Sun's car had overturned, and fortunately, neither he nor his Taiwanese passenger suffered serious injuries. But officers noticed a handgun inside the wrecked vehicle. One search warrant later, and detectives found an astonishing stockpile of weapons at his residence. A second defendant denies all charges and will face a separate trial. Police in Chiang Rai are hunting two armed robbers after a dramatic daylight raid on a shopping mall gold shop yesterday. Wearing masks and sunglasses, the pair marched into the store, fired shots into the air to make sure everyone paid attention, then helped themselves to 5 trays of gold jewelry before making their escape. The getaway motorcycle, rented rather than stolen, was later found abandoned beside the Mekong River, leaving detectives with plenty of CCTV, but for now at least, no robbers. Many across Thailand had been following the heartbreaking story of the baby elephant rescued after being swept away from its herd during recent flooding in Kanchanaburi. Sadly, despite round-the-clock care from veterinarians, the young calf passed away peacefully in its sleep. Only yesterday there had been encouraging signs. She had been drinking milk every few hours, receiving oxygen and intravenous fluids, and had begun responding to those caring for her. The veterinary team, who had become deeply attached to the youngster, say they are devastated by the loss. Parents with children travelling on Thai passports may also want to take note that Thai immigration has introduced additional documentation requirements for Thai passport holders under the age of 18, including children with one foreign parent. Alongside passports, families should now carry birth certificates and, where necessary, official parental consent documents. The good news? Immigration officers will even accept a clear photograph of the birth certificate on your phone, but also require a parental consent letter issued by a government agency where required. The letter must be issued or certified by a government agency. Until now, they say, Thai children under 18 could travel overseas using only their passports. The additional checks are intended to protect the best interests of children and prevent minors from being taken out of Thailand unlawfully or without the consent of their parents or legal guardians. If you're flying into or out of Thailand later this year, there's a small but important rule change. From October 16th, airport security officers will be allowed to open checked baggage without the passenger being present if scanners detect suspicious items. The Civil Aviation Authority says the change brings Thailand into line with international aviation security standards. Passengers won't simply be left wondering whether someone has been rummaging through their luggage either. Every inspection must be photographed, recorded, and the owner informed afterwards. And if prohibited items are found, don't expect them back. Authorities in Tak province have arrested 11 people accused of running a fraud network that allegedly issued Thai identity documents to foreign nationals. Investigators believe more than 700 people may have received the so-called zero-status identity cards through corrupt practices. The operation, rather dramatically named, follows months of investigation into alleged abuse of Thailand's civil registration system. Officials say both government officers and civilians are among those now facing prosecution. Meanwhile, closer to home, the bodies of the Thai family discovered buried in Huai Yai have now been released to relatives following extensive forensic examinations. Funeral rites will take place over the coming days, with cremation scheduled for August 8th. Family members, still struggling to comprehend the brutality of the murders, say they can never forgive those responsible and believe only the maximum penalty is appropriate. One nephew told reporters that when he confronted the main suspect during the remand hearing, he looked him in the eye and simply said, "You're going to be executed." According to the family, the suspect lowered his head and apologized. One of the other accused, known as Fluke, now appears willing to cooperate with investigators in the hope of receiving a reduced sentence. He insists he had no involvement in the murders of the two Russian siblings and only became involved after the killings of the Thai family. He admits moving vehicles and using property belonging to the victims, but claims he acted under duress, saying he feared for both his own life and those of his family after realizing the men posing as police officers were anything but. Police say they'll compare every part of his statement against forensic evidence before deciding whether his cooperation genuinely assists the prosecution. Only in Thailand could today's final story involve a cat apparently setting fire to a condominium. Residents of a building on Pattaya Road were evacuated during the early hours after flames engulfed a sixth-floor apartment. Fortunately, no one was injured, although the room itself was completely destroyed. The owner, a Thai lady named May, says she woke to the smell of smoke and discovered the electric cooker switched on. She grabbed the two most important things she could think of, her mobile phone and the cat, before making a very quick exit. May believes her feline companion may have accidentally stepped on the stove's power switch, pointing out that the cat had apparently managed the same trick before. Whether the cat is guilty or merely being framed remains a matter for forensic investigators. Cats, after all, are famously reluctant to comment during police interviews. More showers are on the way today, with highs around 32 degrees, lows of 28, and enough humidity to make even your morning coffee break into a sweat.
Local and national news today from fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.